I started to develop a depression, and I was very sensitive to touching and even a self-hate which I tried to handle by starting with self-harm. Like I accidentally slapped my youngest sister, who was 9 years old then, as she came into my room. And I didn't hear her, and got startled when she touched my shoulder, which in turn led to that our parents had to comfort to crying girls, my sister for the slap and me, as I felt really guilty over it, and mourned over how much of it all affected me. And in the end, after a month of bullying, some girls in my class went way overboard with a prank that finally broke me. After PE, where they, in the shower, held me down on the floor, and, well, even if they didn't do it, you can guess what they said they would do with a shampoo bottle. After that, I shut down and became numb towards everything. My sister's CLAs had PE after hour and found me in the shower just staring. They called my father and stepmother and drove me home. I got to hear that my sister caused a big scene where she basically hit the leader of my bullies, Uncouncios, and yes, my sister uses her fists. My father and stepmother said to the school that I wasn't going to come back until they guarantee my safety. I was so numb that not even the razor could make me feel more than that. I was a burden for my family who loved me. My logic was that if I remained, my family would still worry about me, while if I died, they would mourn and then move on. So the Saturday after the incident in the shower, I went out and took a bus to the center of the town or city and started walking towards the bridge I had planned to jump from. But by a coincidence, I met a guy who was a little older than my brother that I met at a camp for youths with arthritis. And he remembered me, as we were the only ones from our area there. Plus that we both are car enthusiasts. He invited me to take a cup of coffee at the local McDonald's and we talked. And he is one of those who makes you open up. So I told him everything, including my plans to end it all. And he told me some of his own experiences about suicide and the effect on those left behind. And with that, I finally started to feel again, and finally, broke down crying, and I called my father, who had found my final letter. Yes, he had blown up my phone, but I had turned it off, and Khaled, the police who were looking for me. After that, we moved about 60 kilometers south, and I started a new school. I was still Dwan though, and had to find reasons to carry on each day still, and it was a fight against the urge to use the razor, and I lost a few times. But the real turnaround was when I went to the school nurse, as I had troubles with my stomach and so on. She asked the standard questions, and I had to pee in a cup. And, well, you guessed it. Even if I know a pregnancy after a such ordeal can be a very traumatic event, it was what finally gave me a purpose to start living Aegean. And in May the next year, I gave birth C-section to my twin girls who are my world. That guy I met that evening